Your soulmate's family gathered to talk about you. What came out is unbelievable. My beloved child. Before this moment slips away, listen carefully. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Last night, your soulmate's family gathered in one room, and for the first time, every conversation led to your name. At first, there was silence, the kind of silence that only appears before life-changing words are spoken. One person quietly asked, "Are we absolutely sure about this?" Another replied, "The more we learn about this person, the more impossible it becomes to ignore what we are seeing." Nobody expected the discussion to take this direction, yet every minute revealed another piece of a story that had been hidden for far too long. Stay till the end, because what happened next completely changed the atmosphere inside that room. As the conversation became deeper, unexpected memories began to surface. One family member admitted they had been quietly watching how your soulmate changed whenever your name appeared. Another confessed they had never seen that same light in their eyes before. Then someone placed a forgotten detail on the table, a small moment everyone had ignored until now. Suddenly, every separate clue connected together like pieces of a puzzle. Faces that were once uncertain slowly turned into expressions of surprise. Don't skip, because this is only the beginning. The truth they uncovered was far greater than anyone imagined, and not a single person could pretend it meant nothing anymore. Just when everyone believed the discussion had reached its end, one final voice broke the silence with words that stopped every heartbeat in the room. Nobody argued. Nobody interrupted. They simply looked at one another as if the answer had been sitting in front of them all along. From that second onward, the conversation was no longer about whether you mattered. It became about what should happen next. Stay till the end, because the next moment revealed something so unexpected that even your soulmate never imagined their own family would be the ones to bring it into the light. Something unbelievable had finally begun. No one expected the next few words, yet they changed the entire conversation. One family member leaned forward and quietly said, "There is something about this person that cannot be explained." The room fell completely still. Your soulmate lowered their eyes, not because they were hiding the truth, but because every feeling they had been carrying inside suddenly became impossible to deny. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Another voice finally admitted, "Every time your name comes up, everything about them changes." The silence that followed was louder than any answer, and everyone in that room felt it. Then the conversation took an even more unbelievable turn. Old assumptions disappeared one by one as each family member shared a moment they had noticed but never spoken about. Someone remembered the unexpected smile. Someone else recalled the way your soulmate defended you even when you were not there. Piece by piece, the picture became clearer until one person softly whispered, "Maybe this was always meant to happen." At that exact moment, every eye turned toward your soulmate, waiting for a response that could change everything. Stay till the end, because what they finally admitted left the entire family speechless. Your soulmate took a deep breath before speaking words they had kept hidden for far too long. "I tried to ignore these feelings," they said, "but every road somehow leads back to them." Nobody laughed. Nobody questioned it. Instead, an unexpected smile spread across the room as if every doubt had quietly disappeared. The discussion was no longer about whether you belonged in their future. It became about how soon everything could begin to change. But just as everyone thought the biggest surprise had already happened, someone reached for something that had never been shown before, and the moment it appeared, every single person froze. The room became so quiet that even a whisper felt unforgettable. Every eye followed the object that had just been placed on the table. Your soulmate looked at it for only a second before their expression completely changed. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. One family member gently said, "This is the reason we needed everyone here today." No one expected those words. It was no longer a simple family discussion, it had become a moment that could shape the future in ways nobody had imagined. As the truth slowly unfolded, each person began connecting memories they had never shared before. Someone remembered how your soulmate's mood always brightened after hearing your name. Another admitted they had quietly hoped this day would come. The conversation grew stronger with every sentence until one person finally smiled and said, "Sometimes the heart chooses long before the mind understands." Your soulmate didn't argue. Instead, they nodded with a quiet confidence that surprised everyone in the room. In that instant, the atmosphere completely shifted, and even the people who once had questions now seemed to be standing on the same side. Just when it felt like every secret had finally been revealed, a final sentence echoed across the room and changed everything again. "There is still one thing they don't know," someone quietly said. Every face turned in the same direction. Your soulmate slowly stood up, took a deep breath, and prepared to reveal something they had never spoken aloud before. Stay till the end, because the next moment was the one everyone would remember, and what they were about to say could leave every expectation behind. A calm voice finally broke the silence. "There is one truth we've all been avoiding." The room froze once again. Your soulmate slowly looked around, meeting every pair of eyes before speaking. "Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you." No matter how hard I tried to move forward, they admitted, every important decision somehow brought me back to the same person. The words settled into the room like a heartbeat that everyone could hear. No one interrupted. They simply listened, knowing this was the moment everything had been leading toward. Then something completely unexpected happened. The oldest member of the family smiled gently and revealed that they had noticed this long before anyone else. They described quiet moments, small reactions, and tiny details that everyone had overlooked. Suddenly, the entire story made perfect sense. One by one, every family member realized they had witnessed different pieces of the same picture without ever putting them together. The conversation transformed from uncertainty into quiet confidence. What had started as a discussion about you was now becoming a conversation about a future no one wanted to ignore. Just as everyone believed the meeting had finally reached its conclusion, a final surprise appeared. A message that had never been shared before was quietly brought into the room. The moment your soulmate saw it, they stopped speaking entirely. Their eyes filled with emotion, and every person around the table understood that this was the missing piece they had been searching for all along. Don't skip, because what was written in that message was so unexpected that it had the power to change everything from this moment forward. The message was opened with trembling hands, yet no one spoke a single word. Every heartbeat in the room seemed to pause as your soulmate began reading it silently. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The longer they looked at the page, the more their expression changed. It wasn't fear. It wasn't confusion. It was the look of someone finally finding the answer they had been searching for without even realizing it. Every family member noticed it immediately, and the silence became more powerful than any conversation. Then your soulmate slowly looked up and whispered, "Everything makes sense now." Those simple words sent a wave of emotion through the room. One by one, the family members exchanged glances, realizing that every question they had asked earlier already had its answer. Someone smiled with relief. Another quietly nodded as if they had been waiting for this exact moment for years. The discussion was no longer about whether you belonged in their story. It had become about how deeply your presence had already changed their lives without anyone noticing. Just when everyone thought the biggest revelation had finally arrived, your soulmate folded the message, smiled softly, and said, "There is still one truth I haven't told any of you." Every face turned toward them again. The room became completely still. Don't skip, because the next words were so unexpected that they would leave everyone speechless, and the family would never look at your story the same way again. Your soulmate took a slow breath and looked at every member of the family before finally speaking. The room was completely silent, as if everyone already knew the next sentence would stay with them forever. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The truth is, they said softly, I stopped trying to imagine a future without them a long time ago. No one expected such honesty. For a few unforgettable seconds, nobody moved. Every heart in that room seemed to understand the weight of those words. Then an unexpected smile appeared on one family member's face. Another quietly nodded in agreement. Instead of questions, there was understanding. Instead of doubt, there was quiet support. Someone finally admitted, "We have watched this story unfold little by little, and today everything finally makes sense." The room that had begun with uncertainty was now filled with hope. Every memory they had shared, every small detail they had remembered, had led to this single moment. It was as though the missing piece had finally been placed exactly where it belonged. But just as everyone believed the conversation had finally reached its ending, a phone on the table suddenly lit up. Every eye turned toward the screen. Your soulmate looked at the name that appeared, and their expression changed instantly. Don't skip. Stay till the end. What happened after that unexpected call was so surprising that the entire family realized this story was only beginning, and the next chapter would reveal something none of them could have predicted. The phone continued to ring, but no one dared to touch it. Every pair of eyes remained fixed on the glowing screen. Your soulmate stared at the name for a long moment before quietly picking it up. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Instead of answering immediately, they smiled in a way no one in the room had ever seen before. One family member whispered, "This can't be a coincidence." Suddenly, everyone felt that this call had arrived at exactly the right moment. After listening for only a few seconds, your soulmate slowly lowered the phone and remained silent. That silence was enough to make everyone lean closer. Then they looked around the room and said, "Everything we have talked about today has just become even more meaningful." No one asked who had called. They could already see from the expression on your soulmate's face that something extraordinary had happened. The conversation instantly shifted from memories of the past to possibilities for the future, and the excitement in the room became impossible to hide. Just when the family thought they finally understood the full story, your soulmate reached into a small drawer beside the table and carefully took out something no one had ever seen before. They placed it in the center of the room without saying a single word. Every family member leaned forward in disbelief. "Don't skip. Stay till the end." What was inside that small item carried a truth so unexpected that it would leave the entire family speechless and change the direction of this story once again. Every eye remained fixed on the small item resting in the center of the table. No one reached for it at first. It was as if everyone instinctively knew that opening it would reveal something they could never forget. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate gently lifted it and smiled before saying, "I've been waiting for the right moment to show this." The room instantly filled with anticipation, and every heartbeat seemed to grow louder. As it was carefully opened, a collection of small memories appeared, simple things that meant nothing to strangers but everything to your soulmate. Each one carried a story connected to you. One family member quietly laughed in amazement, another wiped away a tear, and someone softly admitted, "We never realized how deeply this journey had already touched your heart." Every doubt disappeared. There was no debate anymore. The room had transformed into a place where every person understood that your name had become part of their family's future in ways they had never imagined. Then, just before the meeting was about to end, the oldest member of the family stood up with a gentle smile and spoke one final sentence. The moment those words filled the room, your soulmate closed their eyes for a second, completely overwhelmed. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Because that single sentence revealed one last hidden truth, one that could completely change what happens next, and no one in that room was prepared for what was about to unfold. The room fell into complete silence after those final words. No one rushed to speak because everyone could feel that this was not the end of the story. It was the beginning of something far greater. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The oldest family member looked directly at your soulmate and quietly said, "Some people enter our lives for a reason, but very few leave a mark on an entire family." Those words echoed through the room, and for the first time, no one had anything left to question. Your soulmate slowly smiled and admitted something they had never shared before. "Every important decision I made this year," they said, "was influenced by one thought: what kind of future could be built with them?" The room grew emotional. Every family member realized this wasn't a passing feeling or a temporary moment. It had quietly become a dream that had been growing stronger with every passing day. One by one, they began sharing their hopes, and every sentence painted a future that seemed brighter than anyone had imagined only hours earlier. Just as everyone prepared to leave the room, there was one final surprise. A family member gently handed your soulmate a sealed envelope and whispered, "This belongs to the next chapter of your story." No one knew what was inside. Your soulmate looked at it with a mixture of excitement and curiosity but chose not to open it, not yet. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Because what that envelope contained would reveal the most unbelievable truth of all, and everything you have heard so far was only leading to that unforgettable moment. Your soulmate held the sealed envelope without saying a single word. The entire room waited, but instead of opening it immediately, they closed their eyes for a moment as if preparing themselves for whatever was inside. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Finally, they broke the seal. The first line they read made them stop completely. Their smile faded into quiet disbelief, and every family member instantly knew that this was unlike anything they had expected. Slowly, your soulmate looked up and whispered, "This wasn't written recently, this has been waiting for the right moment." The room became still once again. The letter spoke about hope, trust, and the rare kind of connection that grows stronger with time instead of fading away. As each sentence was read aloud, every person around the table realized they had all witnessed different parts of the same story without ever seeing the complete picture. Now, for the first time, everything fit together perfectly, leaving no room for doubt. Then came the final sentence. Your soulmate folded the letter, smiled through shining eyes, and quietly said, "Now I understand why everything happened exactly the way it did." No one spoke after that. They didn't need to. Every heart in the room already knew that your story had entered a completely new chapter. But as everyone stood to leave, someone noticed one last unopened page hidden inside the envelope. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Because what was written on that final page would reveal the greatest surprise of all. The hidden page slipped from the envelope and landed softly on the table. No one reached for it. It was as if everyone understood that this final page carried the answer they had been searching for all along. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate slowly unfolded it, and the moment their eyes met the first sentence, they froze. A smile appeared, followed by complete silence. Every family member leaned closer, waiting for the words that would finally bring this incredible story together. Your soulmate began reading aloud. The message didn't speak about coincidence. It spoke about timing, patience, and two paths that kept finding each other no matter how far apart they seemed. Every sentence felt strangely familiar, as though it had been written with your journey in mind long before anyone noticed the connection. One by one, the family members smiled. Some nodded quietly, while others simply looked at your soulmate with expressions of complete understanding. The doubts that had existed at the beginning of the gathering had completely disappeared. Then your soulmate carefully folded the page, held it close, and whispered, "Now I know what I have to do next." The room filled with quiet excitement, but before anyone could ask what those words meant, someone noticed another unexpected detail tucked inside the envelope. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Because that final discovery was about to reveal the one truth no one had seen coming, bringing this unforgettable gathering to its most surprising moment yet. Your soulmate carefully reached back into the envelope and pulled out one final piece that no one had noticed before. The room instantly became silent again. Every face turned toward it with quiet anticipation. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. It wasn't a long message or an expensive gift. It was something much simpler, but somehow far more meaningful. The moment your soulmate saw it, they smiled with complete certainty, as if every unanswered question had finally found its answer. One by one, the family members gathered closer. Nobody argued. Nobody doubted. Instead, they began sharing how each small moment had led to this very day. Someone remembered the first time your name was mentioned. Another recalled how your soulmate's eyes